After the age of 30, adults lose up to 8% of their muscle mass every decade. And after 60, that loss accelerates dramatically, up to 15% per decade. This isn't just about looking toned or staying fit. Losing muscle means losing independence. It increases your risk of falls, fractures, insulin resistance, and even cognitive decline. This condition has a name: sarcopenia. And by age 80, up to half of all adults suffer from it. But here's the good news. Sarcopenia isn't inevitable. In fact, some seniors actually gain strength in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s. These individuals are often called superagers, men and women who defy aging norms and maintain extraordinary physical and mental abilities well into their later years. And the truth is, science has uncovered the exact habits that set these people apart. Today, we're diving into 7 science-backed habits that researchers have found in seniors who not only avoid muscle loss, but actually thrive with age. These aren't gimmicks or generic tips. These are evidence-based strategies that target the root causes of age-related muscle decline, like inflammation, hormonal shifts, neuromuscular deterioration, and more. So stick around, especially for habit number 7, which might be the most overlooked but surprisingly powerful one on this list. Let's jump in. If there's one habit that could completely redefine aging, it's this one. Progressive resistance training, also known as strength training, is your #1 defense against muscle loss. And here's the key. It's not just about lifting weights, it's about how you do it. To stimulate meaningful muscle growth after 60, the exercise must challenge your muscles enough to signal repair and rebuilding. This means pushing close to what's called momentary muscular failure, the point where you can't do another rep with good form. That's where growth happens. It's also crucial to focus on compound movements like squats, rows, and presses, exercises that involve multiple joints and muscle groups. These are far more effective for total body strength than isolated movements like bicep curls. And don't forget the eccentric phase, the lowering part of a lift. That's where your muscles actually endure the most strain, triggering a stronger growth signal. In fact, studies show eccentric training produces greater muscle hypertrophy in older adults than concentric-focused exercise. One study from the Journal of Gerontology found that older adults who trained just twice a week using progressive overload, meaning they slowly increased resistance over time, gained significant muscle mass and strength in only 12 weeks. If you're just getting started, bodyweight exercises like wall push-ups or chair squats are a great entry point. Over time, consider using resistance bands or moderate dumbbells. You don't need to lift heavy like a bodybuilder, just enough to challenge your muscles. The ideal? 2 to 3 sessions per week with 6 to 10 reps per set across major muscle groups, gradually increasing intensity over time. Most people have never even heard of the neuromuscular junction. But this microscopic connection, where your nerves signal your muscles to move, is absolutely critical to strength and coordination. As we age, these junctions can deteriorate, leading to reduced muscle activation even if the muscle is still there. The good news? You can preserve and even enhance the function of these connections. Activities like Tai Chi, dancing, and even juggling may seem lighthearted, but they're neurologically rich. They challenge your coordination, rhythm, balance, and timing, all of which stimulate the nervous system in ways that preserve neuromuscular health. On a biochemical level, compounds like acetyl L-carnitine, ALCAR, alpha-lipoic acid, ALA, and benfotiamine have shown promise in protecting nerves and enhancing mitochondrial function, critical for neuromuscular communication. Huperzine A, an herbal extract, may also help maintain acetylcholine levels, the neurotransmitter that's essential for muscle contractions. Box breathing, yes, a breathing technique, has also been shown to activate the vagus nerve and improve parasympathetic balance, which indirectly supports neuromuscular recovery and focus. Cognitive training and learning new motor skills, even simple things like learning a new dance step or instrument, also help keep the neuromuscular system firing optimally. Aim to integrate 1 or 2 sessions of coordination-focused movement per week, even if it's just a dance class, balance drills, or guided Tai Chi. And always talk to your healthcare provider before supplementing, especially with neuroactive compounds. Multivitamins might be helpful, but they're not enough. To maintain muscle strength as you age, your body needs specific micronutrients that play a direct role in energy production, muscle function, and nervous system integrity. Magnesium, for example, is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions, including protein synthesis and muscle contraction. Yet, nearly 50% of older adults are deficient. Methylated B12 supports nerve health and helps prevent muscle-weakening neurological decline, especially in people over 60, who often have trouble absorbing B12 from food. Creatine, often thought of as a bodybuilding supplement, has actually been shown in multiple studies to help older adults improve strength, muscle mass, and even cognitive function. Zinc, selenium, and chromium play roles in insulin sensitivity, muscle repair, and antioxidant defense. The key is synergy. These nutrients don't work in isolation. Chromium supports insulin signaling, which affects how well your muscles use protein. Zinc and selenium are crucial for repairing oxidative damage to muscle tissue. One study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults with higher magnesium and B12 intake had significantly greater muscle strength and lower inflammation markers. The takeaway? Consider working with a functional medicine doctor or nutritionist to test for deficiencies and tailor your intake. A good starting point might include magnesium glycinate, 200 to 400 mg a day, methylcobalamin B12, 1000 mc day, creatine monohydrate in 5 grams day, and a comprehensive trace mineral blend. But again, testing and personalization are key. Here's something surprising. Muscle loss in aging isn't just about getting older. It's heavily tied to chronic, low-grade inflammation, a condition scientists now call inflammaging. This hidden inflammation disrupts muscle repair, impairs nutrient absorption, and accelerates tissue breakdown. So what causes it? Poor sleep, processed foods, sedentary behavior, gut imbalances, and high cortisol levels are all culprits. But you can lower inflammation with daily habits. High-fiber diets, especially those rich in prebiotics and fermented foods, support gut health and reduce inflammation markers like CRP. Moderate, consistent exercise, especially low-impact aerobic activity like brisk walking or swimming, has been shown to lower interleukin-6 and TNF-alpha, 2 major inflammatory cytokines. Certain anti-inflammatory compounds have powerful effects. Omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, curcumin from turmeric, and polyphenols from berries and green tea are backed by strong evidence. One study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that older adults who consumed omega-3s daily had significantly better muscle function and lower inflammatory markers. Prioritize sleep, too. Deep sleep is when the body produces growth hormone and repairs tissue. Aim for at least 7 hours per night, and try limiting screen time before bed, as blue light suppresses melatonin. To monitor your inflammation, ask your doctor to test high-sensitivity CRP, hsCRP, a blood marker of systemic inflammation. And remember, reducing inflammation is a marathon, not a sprint. But daily attention to these areas can dramatically shift your long-term health trajectory. Let's talk about a vitamin that acts more like a hormone and plays a huge role in muscle strength: vitamin D. And yes, the vast majority of seniors are deficient, especially in northern climates or those who spend more time indoors. Vitamin D helps regulate calcium and phosphorus, both crucial for muscle contraction. But its impact goes even deeper. Low vitamin D is associated with weaker grip strength, slower gait speed, and higher risk of falls. In fact, a meta-analysis of 17 randomized controlled trials showed that vitamin D supplementation significantly reduced the risk of falls in older adults. Here's the kicker. For optimal muscle function and immune support, blood levels of 25-hydroxyvitamin D should be above 40 mg/mg. Many people hover around 20 or even lower. That's not enough. Testing is essential, and if your levels are low, many doctors recommend supplementing with 2,000 to 5,000 IU per day, ideally paired with vitamin K2, specifically MK7 form, which ensures calcium goes to your bones and muscles, not your arteries. Vitamin D is fat-soluble, so take it with a meal containing healthy fats, like olive oil or avocado. And remember, it's not about mega-dosing blindly. It's about precision and balance. If you're eating most of your protein in one big meal at the end of the day, you might be sabotaging your muscle gains without realizing it. Aging muscles become less responsive to protein, a phenomenon called anabolic resistance. To overcome this, older adults need both more protein and better timing. Studies show that distributing protein evenly across meals, ideally 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein per meal, results in significantly greater muscle protein synthesis compared to skewed patterns. And it's not just about quantity, it's about quality. Proteins rich in leucine, an amino acid found in eggs, whey, and animal protein, are especially potent at triggering muscle growth. In one landmark study published in the Journal of Nutrition, older adults who consumed evenly spaced protein meals retained more lean mass than those who ate the same total protein but mostly at dinner. So what's the practical takeaway? Start your day with a protein-rich breakfast. Think eggs, Greek yogurt, or a high-quality protein shake. Include a lean protein at lunch, like chicken, fish, or tofu, and repeat at dinner. If you struggle to eat large amounts, consider smaller protein-rich snacks like cottage cheese, edamame, or collagen peptides. And yes, aim for about 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, unless you have kidney issues. Always consult your doctor first. Now here's one of the most surprising habits of all, and it might sound a little uncomfortable at first. It's called hormesis. Hormetic stressors are short, low-dose exposures to things that challenge the body just enough to trigger a repair and strengthening response. And yes, they're a game changer for aging muscles. Examples include brief cold exposure, like cold showers or cryotherapy, heat stress from sauna use, short periods of fasting, like 16.8 time-restricted eating, and overcoming isometrics, where you push against an immovable object, contracting your muscles with maximal effort. These stressors increase mitochondrial biogenesis, activate longevity genes like SIRT1, and enhance autophagy, the process by which your body recycles damaged cells. They also promote the release of myokines, muscle-derived signaling molecules that reduce inflammation and promote repair. One study out of Finland found that men who used the sauna 4 to 7 times per week had significantly greater muscle strength, cardiovascular health, and longevity compared to those who didn't. Cold exposure, meanwhile, has been shown to increase norepinephrine, which improves focus, mood, and fat metabolism. For fasting, a simple daily 12 to 16-hour overnight fast, where you stop eating after dinner and delay breakfast, can be enough to kickstart metabolic benefits without extreme dieting. And here's the kicker. These stressors don't just help your muscles. They rejuvenate your entire system, from your brain to your immune system. Start small. Try ending your shower with 30 seconds of cold water, or add 1 sauna session per week. Talk to your doctor before starting intermittent fasting or intense isometrics. But don't overlook the power of mild, intentional stress to build deep resilience. So here's the bottom line. Muscle loss in aging, what we've come to accept as just getting older, isn't a life sentence. It's a biological process, yes, but it's one that can be slowed, halted, and even reversed with the right strategies. And these 7 science-backed habits? They're not fluff. They're rooted in decades of research, real clinical data, and the lived experiences of seniors who are thriving far beyond the norms. From lifting weights with intention, to protecting your neuromuscular system, to rethinking how and when you eat protein, each habit works on a different layer of your biology, your nerves, your muscles, your hormones, your mitochondria. And together, they create a powerful foundation for what scientists now call healthy lifespan. Not just more years in your life, but more life in your years. And if you're thinking, where do I even start? Start with one. Pick one habit. Maybe it's adding a protein-rich breakfast. Maybe it's walking with light resistance. Or maybe it's finally getting that vitamin D test your doctor keeps mentioning. Just one habit, because when you start, the momentum builds. And soon, your body starts working for you, not against you. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these habits surprised you the most? Are you already doing some of them? Or is there one you're planning to start this week? Drop it in the comments below, because your experience might inspire someone else in this community to take their first step. And if you found this helpful, please consider subscribing. We're building a community here focused on strong, smart, healthy aging. And trust me, we've got more science-backed strategies coming your way very soon. Thanks for watching, and remember, your strength isn't in the past. It's in your choices. And those choices start today.